Hi everybody, welcome to 5 Minute Ministries. And today's little sin is bitterness. Now I know bitterness can become a huge problem, but just like all the sins on my list, they start off small, take root, and they grow. And it becomes a big problem and sometimes an unmanageable one. So what is bitterness? Bitterness is anger and disappointment at being treated unfairly, or resentment. Now, resentment, I think, embodies bitterness a little better than the first part, but both are still true. So what causes bitterness? Well, bitterness is caused by personal betrayal, whether real or imagined. Now, I say imagined because sometimes we're bitter about something that didn't happen the way we think it happened, or someone said something, or we think someone said something that they didn't really say, or said it in a way that we took in the wrong way, and we hold on to that and we are bitter about it, and we have almost a hatred toward that person because of what they did, or what we think they did, or what we think they said. Another thing that causes bitterness is unmet expectations. Jonah chapter 4 verses 1 to 3. Now, it's exactly what it says. Unmet expectations, we expected one thing, but something else happened. We expected a person to be or do a certain thing or be a certain way, and they weren't what we were expecting, and therefore we're angry at not only that person, but maybe the entire gender, maybe an entire race, maybe an entire political party, maybe an entire denomination, religion, whatever it may be, because of one or two people, because our expectations were not met. So you may ask yourself, how can I tell if I'm bitter? Well, I have 4 things, or maybe more, but I have 4 that will help you determine a little bit. You can tell you're bitter if you are an all-around nasty person. Now, I don't mean nasty as in you don't bathe and you leave trash everywhere. I mean nasty as in you snap at people all the time. You just have this anger and hatred, and anytime someone acknowledges you or says something to you or looks at you the wrong way, you almost throw a fit over it. You give them a nasty scowl, or you yell at them and curse at them. And people don't seem to want to be around you because they say, hey, good morning, and you go, what's so good about it? You know, if you have that kind of mentality, you might be bitter about something. You can also tell if you're bitter if you really don't trust people in general. You know, maybe you've had reasons that people weren't trustworthy, or they deceived you, or they gained your trust only to take advantage of you. And now when someone is treating you nicely, you think they have an ulterior motive for why they're treating you nicely, and you're always suspicious of people. You might be holding on to bitterness. You might be bitter if you're holding on to grudges. You just refuse to let go. You refuse to forgive. You refuse to give grace. You refuse to give an inch to anyone because you are hanging on to a past hurt. Or you might be bitter if the mere mention of the person or the place or the group of people or whomever, the mere mention of those people makes you angry. So you're angry at a political party, you're angry at men, you're angry at women, you're angry at a church, you're angry at a business, you're angry at your spouse, your family, your parents, whomever it may be. And there's anybody who brings those up and you throw a fit and you have a tirade and you go on a rant about how evil the person, the corporation, the group, or whomever, and you just go on and on and on about them in an angry, vehement way, chances are you're very bitter. Now, these things cause major problems, because when you hang on to these things, when you act in this way and you refuse to let it go, it's going to cause you major problems, not just in a personal life, but in your health as well. Now, next time, I'm going to talk about why bitterness is a sin and what we can do about it, because this happens to be a very large problem with people. People want to hang on to bitterness because somehow being bitter and angry makes them feel good. I don't understand that. But that's another discussion for another time. This has been 5 Minute Ministries, and I'll see you next time.